G'day, thanks for stopping by. Well, this trip hasn't really worked out how we planned it. We've had to make quite a few changes to it as the road closures have really impacted our plans. We were planning to go from the living desert into Wilcannia, work our way up through the Macquarie marshes into Walgett and then onto Lightning Ridge. But the roads through there were all closed, so we had to make all these different arrangements. And so we've ended up going across from Wilcannia over to Cobar. Then we had to go back down. We almost looked like we had to go back into Dubbo, but fortunately we could take a shortcut across from Trangie, back up to Collie and then over to Gilgandra. So hopefully you can come and join us as we share with you our rerouted trip.
So we've left Broken Hill this morning and we're going to head on over to Wilcannia and spend a night or so there.
So our plans to travel from Broken Hill up to Lightning Ridge may need to change. With all the rain that's been going on lately, we keep hearing about how many of the roads are closed on the way. We've spoken to other travellers. People have been advising us that some of these roads are closed and we may struggle to get through. The road from Broken Hill to Wilcannia, the barrier highway, was in quite good condition, considering all the rain and the flooding around the area. We pulled into Wilcannia and we're hoping to stay at the Victory Caravan Park, which is right in town, but...
Look at that. All the sites are closed. They're all underwater. The river is so swollen that it's come up into the caravan park. Look at that. The sites are underwater.
So we headed out to Warrawong Holiday Park, just on the edge of town, to check out this road in. I must admit I was getting a little concerned that we may get bogged. But we managed to get through. So the other campground in Wilcannia on the Darling River is open. Gee, there's so much water in this river. I've no idea where the banks would normally be.
Watch the puddle.
It's a big one. Now apparently this walk takes you over to some island in the middle of the river. Oh wow, this really is a beautiful spot, eh, Win?
Definitely. Very peaceful here.
I tell you, this is such a beautiful area, but these flies, oh my goodness, they are just here in their droves. In fact, I'll share with you, I'm on a calorie restricted diet, but now because I've eaten so many flies today, I'm gonna have to skip dinner. Oh my goodness.
The main street of Wilcannia. We're going to take a walk up and down just to have a look. But we're here on a Sunday morning and it's really, really quiet. You know, there's a few cars around, but really, I haven't seen anyone.
No, not yet.
No. So let's take a look.
So Bill, who's just driven off here, pulled over and give us a map of the area and welcomed us to Wilcannia.
A Wilcannia tourism map. How lovely is that? That's really lovely.
Yeah, it's cool, eh?
Yeah. The map that the lovely Bill gave us. This used to be Knox and Downs, and this was a place where you could buy everything from a boiled lolly to a Southern Cross windmill. Is the banking establishments, apparently. London Chartered Bank.
Appears to be
1887.
It appears to be a pharmacy now.
Oh, really?
Well, the sign on the front here says St Mary's Pharmacy.
Oh, that's good. Oh, the Athenaeum Hall was a school of the arts with a library and reading rooms. Beautiful building, but you know what? Its claim to fame apparently is that the youngest son of Charles Dickens his name was Edward Dickens, was on the original committee. The original committee, he was on the original committee. Here's the Wilcannia Courthouse, built in 1880, and apparently it's still in operation. There are so many amazing buildings in Wilcannia, you know, really old historical buildings, and some of which are in amazing condition.
So our campsite was over here. We parked here for the night, just near the toilets and showers, which was quite handy in many ways, as a consolation for not getting by the river. What do you think of the place, Win?
I really like it.
It's a nice little park, isn't it?
Beautiful grassy sites.
Mm.
The amenities is amazing, and you know, like, it's so close to the river. It's just beautiful.
And with Wilcannia's reputation, it feels like a very safe park, doesn't it?
It's a beautiful place. I didn't have any concern at any time last night. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. The only thing is that there's no potable water here.
That's
So,
what
I
I
had a
was saying before,
shower.
yeah.
I had a shower in the showers. It was absolutely fine. I brushed my teeth in the van. I'm fine. Felt fine. Lovely hot showers. But you do have to make sure you have your own drinking water before you get here. Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with it. But let's go and have a look at the toilets and the shower block. That's right. Again, a reminder: there's no drinking water here. Man, there's no dump point at this place. But look, check out these bathrooms. The shower cubicles. I mean, I'm assuming they've been used for this. They're quite clean, but they've got their own ensuite and everything. How good's that? So the park hosts here are very welcoming and friendly, and you feel very comfortable coming into the park. Now, it's cost $40 a night, which, I mean, in the scheme of things, is probably a bit steep when you consider that you can't really hook up to the water, so you're really just getting power for it, just a grass open area. But it supports the community, so it's probably not a bad thing. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to mention too is that you can actually buy meals from the here. They cook meals for you. I think it's $20 for a meal, and they'll deliver it to your van, almost like a Uber Eats in a caravan park. Pretty cool, eh? So the power points are on little letterboxes. It's very quaint. But there is a tap here you can hook up to, so if you want to, but that's actually just the non-potable water, so we weren't really keen to get that into the van in any way, so we didn't worry about it. We just used the water we had on board. So that's Warrawong Caravan Park in Wilcannia.
Yeah. It's Warrawong on the Darling, apparently. Yeah. And it certainly is on the Darling.
Yeah, especially at this time of year.
Very lovely place. Highly recommended.
Alright, we're on the road again. This time the destination is Cobar, which is about 250 k's from here in Wilcannia, and it'll take us probably around 3 hours to get there.
About 120 kilometres out of Cobar. Coming from Wilcannia, I found this really lovely spot to have lunch. And this is what we do on our travels. We just kind of find a nice spot to stop for lunch, and then we have lunch. Here we are. We have arrived in Cobar, and this will be our home for the next week.
We stayed at the Cobar Caravan Park on the edge of town. I think it's the only one in Cobar. There is a free camp on the other side of town at the old Cobar rest area, but this place was nice. $40 a night with power and water. Just across from our van, which is just here, we have the camp kitchen. Barbie, microwave, nice big telly, beautiful screen. Hot plates, sink, toaster, kettle, usual gadgets. Go for a walk into town, going out for dinner. And you would think, by the sun behind us, that it's another glorious day here in Cobar. Well, let me assure you, it wasn't.
No.
Probably 15 minutes ago, it was buckling down rain.
Yep.
If you have a look at this way, you can actually see those black clouds. That's what was over. And then you look at the road and the water on it.
See
So,
how it's dropped.
we are taking a chance walking into town.
Having dinner.
Get a bit of a downpour on the way back, but we brought the brolly.
Yeah, that's our insurance.
So,
Carry brolly, there won't be any rain.
yeah. So in town, we got the Grand Hotel over here with the big can. So we've got the big can of Tui's up there. But it's closed.
Well, I think it's open only during the day.
I don't think it's even open.
Oh, really? Not at all?
No.
Oh, okay.
So the Grand Hotel's closed. Which is a shame because it's a bit of an icon in the area. But we're going to head down to the Great Western.
Yep.
Now the Great Western apparently is renowned for the fact it has the longest veranda in the Southern Hemisphere. There it is, the Great Western. Quite an impressive looking structure, isn't it?
About 1898 up there, Paul.
1898 it was built.
Up there, up there.
Well, that was disappointing. The kitchen's closed. To find somewhere else to go
On a
for dinner.
Friday night. The kitchen's
On a Friday
closed
night.
On a Friday night. Yeah.
Kitchen's closed. Oh well.
We'll have to go and try, see if the Empire Hotel is open for,
So I've ended up at the Empire Hotel, which is the other end of town, and does have meals. It's just got quite a good extensive menu.
it does.
I was very impressed with it.
Yeah, I was impressed with it.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to my dinner.
So while we might have been worried about rain on the way home from the pub, I think we're going to be pretty right getting home. It's actually quite a beautiful evening here in Cobar.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It's nice and fresh. It's not too hot, not humid or anything. So, yeah, very pleasant evening. Surprisingly, Cobar has quite a few things to do in and around the area. But today we're going to go and explore one of those things, which is the Grenfell.
Mount Grenfell Historic Site.
Right. And what's that famous for?
Well, it has some some old Aboriginal drawings on rocks there, and apparently it's very beautiful, and they've got some lovely walks around there as well.
Check out how much water is across the road. You really do need to be careful in these conditions. There can be potholes under the water that sneak up on you. So slowing down and checking conditions is a must. The Mount Grenfell Historic Site is always open and the road is in reasonable condition. It is a dirt road, so you've got to drive to the conditions.
So here we are in the car park for the Mount Grenfell Historic Site, and as you can see we've got picnic grounds. There's even a Barbie just over there, a lovely idea. And then over here is the site walk. So let's go and check it out, Paul.
Let's have a look.
Yep.
So the outside walk is a 5 kilometre 3 hour return trip. There's rock art sites in about 300 metres. That's the bit we're going to do. Track to the art site is just over rock. It doesn't seem too difficult. We wouldn't be wanting to bring a pram out here, it might be a bit of a challenge. The walking's not too bad. A few puddles. It's a very pretty walk. This little stream coming down the side of the hill here. Thanks to the recent rains, no doubt.
That is amazing. That is so clear. Wow, that's pretty cool. What you reckon? I wonder
Amazing.
how old it is.
Then driving back, we were reminded of just how much rain they had experienced in this area. Right, so I've come out to the Cobar Heritage Museum for a bit of a look around because this rain just has not let up.
So we thought we should go and do something indoors because we really can't do anything outdoors in this weather, can we?
No, it just hasn't stopped.
No, it really hasn't stopped.
But we've just pulled up here and the rain's actually gotten even worse. And look at this. Yep, that's what we've got to wait for. So do we wait for it to pass, or do we make a mad dash for the door? Ooh, big choices. All right, well, looks like the rain's eased to a downpour, so maybe we make a run for it.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go. Set, go.
This building is the former administration building of the Great Cobar copper mine, built around 1910. The centre has an amazing collection of exhibits. So Cobar has quite a comprehensive museum here. What's this section, Deb?
This is the mineral rock section. I was just reading. Cobar dust is red because it's rusty. Rocks with high iron content crack in dry, hot conditions. And then the...
Oh, it's nothing I'm interested.
Right, okay.
Alright, let's go find something interesting to look at. There we go, pubs of Cobar. Told you to find something interesting. This is a bush shower.
I can see the holes under there.
This one is meat safe. Keeps rabbits out. So apparently this is a hospital train. Used to come into town and be like a mobile hospital through the place. I don't think we can get in. Seems to be locked up a bit. Out in the yard there's all the old mining gear and farming equipment. So up these stairs is some more museum pieces. I'm having a bit of a browse through. Old washboards and irons and
pegs. Look at the pegs.
yeah.
Do you like this?
Clothes hoist.
Yep.
Might be handy in the caravan.
I tell you, if it folds down enough, absolutely. Especially in this weather.
Yeah, fascinating.
Yes. With the old prams.
It's $15 per person to get in, $10 concession and $30 for a family. Definitely worth a visit. Check out the shearing gear. Oh, look at a haircut. It's a fair bit of weight in this actually.
Is it?
Yeah, you'd be surprised how heavy it is. Feel it.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine having to hold on to that all day and do
Oh,
things?
shearing sheep.
Yeah, it wouldn't be an easy job, would it?
No. Alright, we'll come up to the lookout here in Cobar. And it's a lot of tanks now. I'm assuming it's water tanks up here. And a lot of satellite and telephone towers. And we get to have a look over the town from up here. What's it called? Alright, so we're at Fort Hill Burke Lookout. And here's the viewing platform for the mine. Let's go have a look at this mine, eh? It's still an operational gold mine. Right, sun's finally out, so we're coming out and about. We're going across to the Heritage.
We just call the Miners Heritage Park.
We're going across to the Miners Heritage Park. So this building here is now a tribute to the mining heritage of Cobar. It looks like it's still being developed because there's not much on along the walls. With these over here, which is tribute to the people that have died in the mines. Then, outside, there are several displays that showcase the mining heritage of this region.
Here we are at the infamous Cobar sign. Apparently that used to be an old mine and now they've just turned it into a Cobar sign. Pretty creative, I reckon.
We headed across towards Gilgandra, which is apparently famous for bogans, crossing a very swollen bogan river and stopping for a photo op at the Big Bogan. As we continue to look for ways to get up to Lightning Ridge, we've actually come this way through Trangie today. And we've stopped at Trangie just to pull in for some lunch and check up on the road conditions. Now it appears the road conditions from here to Collie is okay, but we've been told and warned about watching out for potholes. So we're going to have to take it easy so we don't sort of bugger up the van too much on these potholed roads. So it'll be interesting to see how they are, but apparently it's all open, so it was good. We did try and detour Warren on the way down from Cobar, but that road between Warren and Collie was closed due to the floods. But the bit between Collie and Gilgandra is open. So our plan is to go across to Gilgandra and then get on the Castlereagh Highway up to Lightning Ridge. So we've abandoned any hope of getting to through the Macquarie marshes because they'll just be swamps now with all of the rain that we've had. The road between Trangie and Collie is sealed. However, due to the rains and floodwaters, there are patches that have been washed out. They have been secured with gravel to allow travel through the region, but there was a lot of water on the road. We stopped at Gilgandra for a couple of nights and stayed at the Gilgandra caravan park, just on the edge of town. $36 a night, power and water. So we're going to take a walk along the Heritage Walk here in Gilgandra. It runs along the back of the main street and along the Castlereagh River, which is flowing very freely at the moment, as you can see. So we walked down behind all the shops thinking that that was the Heritage Walk. Anyway, it turns out it wasn't. The walk we should have been on goes up here. Completely opposite direction. Alright, let's check this one out. Alright, see if this is a better walk.
Yeah, yeah, let's see.
The real one.
Concrete, no puddles.
It's actually called the Windmill Walk and runs along the banks of the Castlereagh River. The walk goes from Gilgandra CBD to the Macquarie Heritage and Information Centre. This part of the walk we start to go past quite a few windmills. It's a 2-kilometre walk with lots of native flora and fauna. Right, so this is where we wanted to go originally, to the Macquarie marshes, which we can't get to unfortunately.
Because
but it's
of the
up
floods.
here, so where were we?
We were here in Ningen and then Cobar's that way.
And we were supposed to go up this way through Combone into Walgett.
Yeah.
But
and
it's
then,
all been closed
and
off.
that's where the Macquarie marshes are here. But it's all closed off due to flooding. So we ended up coming from Cobar to Ningen and then from
Down to
Ningen to Trangie.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Trangie.
And then across to Gilgandra.
Yeah, yeah.
And now we're going back up the Castlereagh Highway up to Walgett into Lightning Ridge.
Yeah.
But unfortunately we don't get to see the Macquarie marshes, which by this looks just magnificent.
It does, doesn't it? Except for that.
We avoid those.
Yeah. So if there's one thing that I've learnt being on the road for the last 2.5 years is that you can have an itinerary, but you've got to be prepared to be flexible. COVID, fires, and now flooding, you know, we've had to change our itinerary around.
So many times now.
Yeah.
The Macquarie Heritage and Information Centre is certainly worth a visit. So the Macquarie March was a drive to recruit men for the First World War in 1915.
So they could help the soldiers that were already over there be able to get home quicker. We're going through Dubbo. All the men are marching towards Sydney, and the banner says, "Come on, boys, join us." So they wanted to get one volunteer to come with them every mile.
They travelled 320 miles, I think it was, from Gilgandra out to Sydney.
So as well as the windmills that already have the blades on them, there are a few of these around that at the moment don't have the blades on top. And according to Maxine at the information centre here in Gilgandra, the people that live in Gilgandra with a disability, they actually have paint. They are in the process of painting them, which then gets transferred onto the blades, and then they're going to put them up. That's very cool, isn't it, Paul?
It is. It's very good.
Yeah. Quite a spectacular sight, aren't they, windmills when they're turning?
All right, the last leg of this adventure. We're going to head up the Castlereagh Highway into Lightning Ridge, but there was still no certainty that we would make it. Join us next time as we attempt to get to Lightning Ridge, and then across the Mullumbimby in northern New South Wales. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye for now.
Bye.